done this now against Wake Forest a few years. Just the difficulty of preparing for them, sir, that offense.
Yeah, it's a, as we all know, it's a difficult offense to simulate in practice. Our guys have done a great job, our scout team, giving us that look. The slow mesh is difficult because they'll get you in a bind, whether you're playing slow downhill to the line of scrimmage or you get in there too fast and we're in a zone coverage and they throw it in behind you. So, but they do a great job. Coach Clausen, Coach Ruggiero are very good football coaches, have a system that they believe in and they stick to. And, it's always fun playing these guys. So it's a challenge, but it's a fun game.
How hard is it to tell you tell your kids, don't take the cheese, you'll miss a line yourself. But at the same time, how hard is it to defense to seek and destroy?
Yeah, it's tempting. Obviously, you guys have watched us play. We're an aggressive bunch. I'm not going to slow them down. We have to be able to hold up and make plays and speed their offense up at times. And, we can't let them dictate the pace of the game.
On a personal level, do you enjoy that challenge, though?
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's every week is something different. Coming from a pro style we played against last week to this, it's totally different. So it's great in the meeting rooms to challenge our kids and to make them think a little bit. And but again, our kids have played against them. They know what to expect, and now we have to go out and execute.
You sense a little more want-to this week in practice from the coaches and stuff like that because you haven't had success at Wake Forest for some ungodly reason.
Yeah, a lot of these kids haven't been to Wake and played. So what we have to do is get our team prepared. I don't care where we play. If we play on the interstate, if we play in a parking lot, if we play in a gym, we have to go be us. And being us is being aggressive and hitting people in the face and, trying to get turnovers. And, that's what we do, and that's how we're built.
How different is it without Hartman at quarterback?
Yeah, obviously Sam's a great football player, and they have quarterbacks that make plays. They're still, they're still putting up numbers against people, and only a couple times have they been shut down. But you saw at Duke, they went into Duke against one of the best defenses in our league and put up 21 points and had an opportunity to win the game. So, you throw that film on, our guys are they're paying attention and they understand. But Sam's not there. But Griffiths is just as good, not just as good, but knows the system just as well.
Coach Doran talked on Monday about how valuable the bye week was for the entire team to really evaluate and see how everyone's been playing coming out of that bye week. How valuable was it on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, it was valuable. Anytime you could look back at what you were doing wrong, and fix those things. We had some really good games before the bye week. You go back to Louisville, we were playing extremely well, and then Marshall comes in the next week, and we didn't play so well, and but we had to just self-eval ourselves and see where we were at and fix some things, and our kids have done a great job of doing that.
Coach, Shaheem Battle had maybe the play of the game on that 4th down stop. Just what went right on that play?
Everything. We got a goal line stand, so Shy made a heck of a play, but so did. The front guys. We had 5 D linemen in the game, and we were penetrating in our gaps and getting pushed. Caden Fordham made a great play as well. And, we built that package during the week last week when they were going to get big, and we used it, and it was successful. So, but, I just beyond that play, I thought Shy played his best game of the year. So I thought he was really good Saturday night.
Coach Gibson, obviously it's a team effort when always contributing to a win, but how proud are you specifically of your unit to be able to hold a Miami offense to just 2 field goals this past week when they've been leading the ACC in different categories all around?
Yeah, I love it. I love those kind of games. I wish every game was like that. So I like the pressure when it's on us to get stops. Our kids like the pressure when it's on us to get stops to win a game, and every challenge that we had, we just kept stepping up. We turned it over in the red zone, and Aiden makes a pick. We turn it over. They were backed up. Red gets a strip sack, and David recovers the fumble. So, and again, just helping each other out, offense, defense, special teams. But I love it when it's a low-scoring game and the heat's on us.
Sort of going off that answer, similar to Miami in previous games, it's come down to one possession. Seems like with Wake Forest in the past couple of meetings. What's been your point of emphasis to your defense as far as hey, this game could come down to us going out there and making a stop to get the win.
Yeah, and, you know, the standard is the standard on defense right now here. They understand that every play in our mind is going to be the play that changes the game one way or the other. So we take the field in the first quarter with the same mindset we do in the fourth quarter. We're out here to get stops, put the ball down, and let's roll.
How impressive was it for you to see Payton go out there and make 16 tackles after leaving, the week before, with an injury?
Yeah, nothing that guy does really. I mean, he's the kid is a freak of a football player. Plays extremely hard. So nothing that he does surprises me. Just for the fact that I'm around him every day and watch the things that he, the way he works out, the way the winter workouts, the way that he lifts weights, the way he studies film. So, if you had asked me last week when he had 16 tackles, I may not give him 16. I'd probably said 15.
It took a perfect storm for him to get to his 6th year. But to see the love that he has for the school and for his teammates, how do you see that kind of permeate across the defense?
Yeah, that guy is just matured so much and has stepped, not only his game, but just his maturity level, his leadership skills, and what he brings to this football team on and off the field is, I've never seen anybody grow as much over the last couple of years as what he has.
And for him to stick around when his buddies went off to the pros, I mean, that says something about him as well. I imagine.
Yeah, it tells you how much he loves, NC State and how much he loves his teammates, and he'll lay it on the line every single week for those guys, for any coach in the building, for GAs, trainers, whatever it is. Payton Wilson's an NC State guy.
After the Duke loss, he said, sometimes it felt like there were only 3 guys kind of playing together at once. How much of the last several weeks has been player-led and just their performances, as opposed to coach-led?
Yeah, well, obviously I think at times coaches get too much credit. We're not out there between the lines. Those guys are. When they get in that huddle, that's a special bond. When they're out there together, it's we give a call and they go execute the call. I don't make perfect calls, and also on that I don't make bad calls. but those guys are the ones that execute. And for what he does for this team and what those guys do together, it's unbelievable. And it's not only this year; it's over the last 3 or 4 years. This group of kids on our side of the ball have been great to coach. And I love them. And they lay it on the line every single week for this program, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
Has the job of a coach changed in what maybe we'll call the player empowerment era with NIL and transfer portal and things like that? Have you had to pay more attention to making sure everybody's okay?
No, that's not the style I coach with. And if my style is old school and they run me out of the game, then so be it. But I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to coach, and I'm going to coach these kids hard and hold them to the standard that they want to be held to. Because every kid wants discipline, and every kid wants to make the NFL and all that, and that's the way I roll. I'm not going to ever lower my standards because a kid needs coddled or whatever it may be. I'm not doing that. That's not who I am.
When you teach, you mentioned the contrasting styles week in and week out. When you teach a kid, and then you see it manifest itself to success on a Saturday, can you describe that feeling? What the leap that gives you?
Yeah, it's just anytime you make adjustments, really the biggest one. You work all week on so many different things that you see off of film, but the ones that really stick out that make you the most proud of the halftime adjustments are on the sideline where, hey, we need to check this to this formation, whatever it may be, because of this, and then we go out and get the result. That's when it really as a coach feels really good. Obviously your game plan, you have a week to work on it, but when you have a minute on the sideline to get something fixed and they go out and execute, that brings even more joy to you as a football coach.
I notice in your shirt says bowl bound. I mean, what does that mean to you? Obviously, I guess the season has its ebbs and flows. Yeah. You guys have qualified for an extra game. How much does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's just so good for our program and for our young kids, and obviously the way that we've gotten where we've gotten after after the bye week. I think a lot of people wrote us off, and our kids are resilient, and they're tough kids, and they're tough-minded kids, and they just keep battling. And, so it was very, very, it was just a great feeling to get that 6th win and get over that hump that maybe a lot of people didn't think we could do.
Coach Gibson, obviously it's a staple in your day crossing and kind of run that slow mesh offense. When scouting week this past week, do you notice a difference in how they run it with Mitch Griffithson this year as opposed to Sam Horton last
No,
year?
they are who they are, and that's what I respect about Coach Clausen and Coach Ruggiero. They do what they do and they get good at it, and you know that's kind of who we are. I feel we have a scheme that we live by and die by, and you know I got a lot of respect for those guys.
All right, let's get Aiden in here.